Hi y'all. Well, today I'm going to be starting on a table runner for the fall. I'm doing this for a kind of like a quilting contest with a group on Facebook. You have to create your own table runner with fall theme. It has to have at least one leaf in it, and it cannot be made from a kit or anything. Anyway, this is my design, basically what I want to do. I'm going to piece 2 maple leaves, and I'm going to put those on the ends, and then I'm either going to do 2 like 16 block patches or 9 block patches, or 9 patches for the ends in different fall themed fabrics. And then for the center block, I'm going to create and applique 3 pumpkins in the center, and that's going to be my table runner. I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to put a border on it or not, but we'll see. Anyway, so that's my design. So I'm going to take y'all along as I put this together. Okay, well, I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out the blocks for the maple leaf. No, better yet, I'm going to cut the 32 3.5 inch blocks I need for the 16 block pieces. So here's the first fabric here. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to fold this in half. Okay. Mark this on the end here. Then I'm going to cut 3.5 inches. Line that up properly. My 3.5 inch blocks. Just cut a bunch of several different fabrics. I've got 5 different fabrics here. Probably use most of these and all of these. So just gonna kind of random set these together. And get that one there, that one there, that one there. Get a little more brightness in here. Gold one there, that'll work. So I'm just gonna throw these out here and put them together. If they end up being closer than that, it's just gonna be a fun little block. No real pattern to it at all. So you get gold there. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to make 2 of these blocks, and I will be back in just a minute. Okay, so here's my 2 completed 16 patch blocks. Just miscellaneous out of about 5 different fabric prints that I had laying around, all fall type colors and everything. So this is going to go on the ends of my table runner. So let's see, go back to my pattern here. So I guess the next thing I want to do is make the maple leaves. So I've got 2 different fabrics I'm going to use for the actual leaf part, and then I've got some tea-dyed fabric I want to use for the the other half. I'm sorry, for the kind of the outline of the contrasting fabric. There we go. So I'm going to get that material and we'll start cutting that. Okay, so here is my first fabric that I'm going to use for the maple leaf. It's a kind of a bright orange vine pattern. So I'm going to do 2.5 inch square blocks. Yeah, I'm going to cut 2.5 inch square blocks for the and then when I make them into the half square triangles, it's actually going to be 2 1/4. So I'll trim those extra squares down when I get that. When I figure out which ones are going to be which. Trim the edge off here. Okay, so as you can see, I got the 4 half square triangles done, opened and pressed. So I'm just kind of laying them out a little bit. So let's see, the next ones I need, that is the maple leaf. And then this piece is going to have 2 partial half square triangles with the contrasting fabric. So it's going to look more like, it's going to look more like this for the stem without actually being a whole half square triangle like that. It's going to be offset. So anyway, that, and then get this piece here, and that'll go right there too. So put these here. Now with this, I don't want to mess them up at all. So I'm going to probably stitch one, press it open, and then come back for the next one, just to make sure I don't turn them funny ways or anything like that. So alright, okay, so it took me a second to figure it out, but what I'm going to do is I cut one of these solid contrasting blocks in half on the diagonal. Just cut it across, corner to corner. Okay, and then I'm going to take it, offset it by 1/4 inch, and then I'm going to stitch along at 1/4 inch seam following the line, right there on the diagonal. So the stitching line will be right here, but the line I follow for my 1/4 inch mark is going to be along the long part of the contrast. So I'm going to stitch that, and it'll look like that, so it'll even out with the other block. So, and then I'm going to do that both directions. Stitch them like that. Of course, one will be folded back over. So anyway, let me do this, get this over the machine, and then I'll show you what it looks like in each step. Okay, so I have stitched along, there's the 1/4 inch seam right there, offset about 1/4 inch. So when I fold it back, it actually fits the block right there. So now I'm going to do that to the other side here. I'm going to take another of the half ones, offset by a 1/4 of an inch, stitch my seam, and then when that's done, it will look like that. So that is what that's going to look like. And I'm going to do that for both of the blocks. So anyway, we'll do that, and I'll press those open, and then we're going to start stitching the maple leaf block together. Okay, well here we go. I got the leaves all stitched together. I actually do like it a lot. I've never done any of these before. So, I mean, no pattern, and just, I've seen pictures of them, and, I actually saw how they put it together, so I figured out, what pieces, type things I needed. But, yeah, like I said, I've never put it together, but I think they look pretty good. Anyway, so that is two parts down for my table runner. The maple leaves are going to go on the ends, and then I got the two 16 blocks done. And next I'm going to applique on onto a I guess it ought to be tea-dyed, instead of white. Yeah, so I'm going to cut a 12.5 inch block of this tea-dyed fabric, and that is going to be my center block. And then on that I'm going to applique some pumpkins, and I might do some leaves too if I can cut those out. Anyway, here's my ruler. So we need 12.5. Will be right here. I'm going to go ahead and cut a whole strip of 12.5 because I'll probably use it for something else later. So here is my 12.5 inch block. Press that out, and then I'm gonna find the fabric for the pumpkins and stuff and applique those on. But I'll lay it out and show you what it looks like before I do anything. So I'll be right back. Okay, y'all. For my applique pieces, I have this fabric here with pumpkins and leaves and stuff on it. So what I decided to do is just fussy cut some of these pieces out, and then so I have done that here, and then I'm going to just applique some leaves and the pumpkins onto it, probably about like that. Just so I'm going to go ahead and applique those on, and then I'll show you how I put the top together. So anyway, we've got the maple leaf there, 16 block, the pumpkins, another 16 block, and our other maple leaf. And it's all bound in this wonderful fall print fabric here. So I'm really pleased with it. It's all ready to go, put on my table. So thanks, y'all, and have a good day. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you would like to see more videos like this one, please subscribe to our channel. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.